Seems like Disney just can't stop upsetting their actors. I talked about this last Friday. Disney CEO Bob Chapek says Shang-Chi is an interesting experiment because they're not going to release a digital version because, well, they got embarrassed by Black Widow's numbers. I'm guessing that a lot of people stopped buying it and going to it. Now, I blame word of mouth for that failure because, listen, Black Widow was fine until we got it at the end. And then it fell apart. Some of the, not just woke stuff, but just terrible, terrible action. Like that scene where her sister is like, it was fun. And she blows up that machine, but she just gets blown away. Like there was like a lot of really stupid shit in that movie. I think the comic book run is at its end. I think it's going to end sooner than we all thought because look what's going on. Suicide Squad had I think a 70% drop off over the weekend. Pretty bad. It's at 118 million worldwide right now. It's not good. And I liked the Suicide Squad. I thought it was a great movie. There's actually some like I've actually noticed it's kind of like in the middle to how people feel about this movie, but I liked the Suicide Squad. I thought it was a lot of fun and not a lot of woke. We don't get a lot of stuff like that anymore. F9, still the top dog, 500 million. And Free Guy. Now, I'm going to talk about Free Guy a little bit. 51 million global bow. Now, Free Guy, like Shang-Chi, is not getting a streaming debut until like probably a few weeks. You're going to have to wait if you want to watch this at home. The only way to see Free Guy is to go to a movie theater. And they made 51 million. That's okay. I think it made about 22 million, I think, domestically. And that includes domestic's overperformance of 28.4 million. I mean, it's not bad in a coof world, right? I think it would have made a lot more had it have been under normal conditions. Got some positive reviews. I have nothing to say about it. I haven't seen it yet. But 51 million seems to be where we're at. Now, why am I talking about this? Well, Shang-Chi, a comic book movie, is expected to trail Black Widow by 50 million. Now, Black Widow made about 80 million its first weekend, I believe, and then it just trickled down and died. It looked like it was going to be a big hit. It keep going, but like I said, I think word of mouth killed this movie. And no one just cared. Like it's a movie that should have been released a while ago. And it was the wrong time. Or our comic book movies just is the time up for them. Because the Suicide Squad was a good movie. Unlike Black Widow. So I wonder, like, what's Shang-Chi going to do? Because Shang-Chi is a character nobody knows about, nobody has heard of, and that hasn't stopped Marvel movies from doing successful numbers before. Guardians of the Galaxy is a really good example of that. But at least people have heard of Guardians of the Galaxy. Other than all these big Shang-Chi fans that are popping up out of nowhere because they went and looked at his Wikipedia page, nobody knows who Shang-Chi is. It's always been like Iron Fist. I think he's in that family of characters, and they've kind of pressed Iron Fist to the side, probably to try to get over some China money, even though I don't think this movie's even getting a Chinese release, which is kind of funny. But it's expected to trail Black Widow. That's bad. Okay? I don't think there's any interest for this Shang-Chi movie at all, and I did a video on this. Like they're already making excuses. That's why Bob Chapek's calling it it's an experimental release. And which, by the way, pissed off the star of Shang-Chi. He came out and posted this. We're not an experiment. We are the underdog, the underestimated. We are the ceiling breakers. We are the celebration of culture and joy, and we will persevere after an embattled year. We are the surprise. I'm fired to F up to make history on September 3rd. And he's posting some pictures from the set. Look, maybe it'll do good. You know, I plan on going to see it And I'll let you know how I feel about it. I like kung fu movies, and it looks like this is right in line with that. So if it's good, cool. But I think the general public is kind of done with comic book movies. I think we're definitely in the decline. And the route that Marvel's taking, they're putting the message first, making these movies and these television shows. Did anybody even watch What If? I haven't watched What If yet. Now, if this had been 6 years ago, I would have been the first person to jump on and watch What If. And I was a huge What If comic book fan. Those were one of my favorite series because they were basically one shots you could just pick up and read. You didn't need to know anything. And I haven't watched that series yet. That Captain Carter shit kind of turned me off to it. So I wonder, like, this is bad. This is bad if it's going to trail. It says, in fact, a new report from Box Office Pro indicates that Shang-Chi is set to bring in between $35 million and $55 million domestically during its Labor Day weekend premiere. Even if it hits a top end of this projection, the newest MCU film would still trail Black Widow's opening by slightly over $30 million. Though they point out it would, though, make it the third best Coof opening behind Black Widow's $80 million and F9's $70 million. What about Godzilla vs. Kong? Why does it always get left out of these conversations? That movie did really good. Like $400 and something million. So, I don't know, man. If a Marvel movie only makes 35 to 55 million domestically with no streaming release, is that a great deal? Is that awesome? Is that a big deal? I just, it's kind of pathetic in my opinion. There was a time where people, I think, would have rushed out. I don't know. You know what will help this movie? If it gets good audience scores, because the media is going to love it. The media never, I don't know if you've noticed this, but they rarely give bad reviews to Marvel movies. You can't trust critics when it comes to giving a Marvel movie a score. You have to wait for audience reviews and your favorite people on YouTube to review stuff. That's how you find out if it's any good. Because like I don't trust early reviews, people that are given access to anything. I don't trust them for shit. Day and date reviews for people that aren't shills. That's what I want to see. I never trust early reviews, and I don't trust critics. So I guess we'll see what happens. I have doubts that Shang-Chi is going to do very well. I think it's going to be a huge disaster. And after the Suicide Squad weekend, I think we're at the end of the line for comic book movies. Anyway, that's pretty much it. Let me know what you guys think about all this in the comments below. Also, if you would please like, subscribe, share the video. Make sure you're still subscribed. Hit that notification bell. And I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace. Also, if you want to help support the channel, check out my Teespring store. There's a link in the description. You can find some merchandise in there that you might want to check out. Also, make sure to follow me over on Twitch. I do watch parties, play video games over there. They're always fun. Follow me over there and come hang out. Also, make sure you subscribe to YellowFlash, my other channel. There's a link to that in the description as well. I do a lot of live streams over there that I don't do on this channel. Usually smaller and a little bit more personal. So make sure you follow me over there and sign up.